Hello, Ben Knight with ABC News. Well, the fate of Novak Djokovic is still hanging in the balance, less than 2 days before the world number one is due to mount his campaign for a 10th Australian Open title. The unvaccinated Serbian star is once again being held in immigration detention in Melbourne tonight, alongside asylum seekers who've been there for years. Djokovic's lawyers are mounting a last-ditch legal case to reinstate his visa, which will be heard tomorrow morning in the federal court. Emilia Terzon begins our coverage.
Swapping the bright lights of centre court for a media scrum outside immigration detention.
Free.
World number one Novak Djokovic has once again been confined to a small hotel room, only allowed out briefly today to visit his lawyer's office as they fight against his deportation. The federal government cancelled the Serbian's visa for a second time late yesterday on grounds of public interest.
The question is, has the government made this policy on the run?
Court documents reveal Immigration Minister Alex Hawke revoked the unvaccinated tennis player's visa despite accepting
that Mr Djokovic poses a negligible individual risk of transmitting COVID-19 to other persons.
Instead, claiming his
ongoing presence in Australia may lead to an increase in anti-vaccination sentiment, potentially leading to an increase in civil unrest.
But the 34-year-old's lawyers argue there's no evidence that Djokovic will encourage protests like these seen outside Melbourne Park today. Instead, they point to an opinion poll in a Melbourne newspaper as proof he has the public's support.
This has been a great embarrassment for Australia. It's one that could have been avoided.
As Djokovic remains confined here at the Park Hotel in Melbourne, his visa saga is not only overshadowing his lead-up to the Grand Slam, but the entire event.
You know, it was up to him, his choices, his judgment, and, you know, here we are.
Tennis keep going, and Australian Open is much more important than any player.
He had a visa, right? So I don't think he would have travelled here just by luck without him thinking that he would be able to play.
Some frustrated by the distraction.
I just want it obviously to get resolved. I think it would be good for everyone if that was the case. It just seems like it's dragged on for quite a long time now.
Djokovic's case will be heard at 9:30 tomorrow morning, where the full federal court will rule on his fate with no avenue for appeal. Emilia Terzon, ABC News, Melbourne.